Hey guys, my name is Waterdog, and today I'm reviewing the Logitech G602 wireless gaming mouse. So let's get into it. So the first thing I've been asked myself for a long time now is, what is the best wireless gaming mouse? I mean, for first-person shooters, and I think I may have found it with this one. Let's move over to the specs. You see all its tracking there. 200. Oops, sorry, let it focus. Come on, focus. There you go. 250 to 2,500 DPI. It's got all this other specs that you may or may not be interested in. It says it has up to 250 hours of battery life, which I'm not quite sure if that's true. But as you might have guessed, yes, a wired mouse would have more accuracy than this. Sorry about the screen shake. But the problem with wired mouses is sometimes for people's setups it just doesn't work, and I think this is probably one of the best wireless you can get, especially for a game like an FPS where you need to have spot-on accuracy. I think this is really good. So it actually comes, it's a USB-powered mouse, which basically means you plug a USB into your computer in a USB port, and it sends a signal out to your mouse, and your mouse picks that up and it reads it on screen. So as you see over here, they come with this wire that you can attach. So this little thing right here, I don't know if you can see it. This is actually an extender. It's for extremely long distances, if that's kind of your thing. See the USB port's right here, but it extends it out. The reason I use it, even though it's not really that long of a distance, is that it just makes it more accurate in general. And I'm going to get into a little bit of why it is the best FPS mouse. One is that it's very ergonomic. It is a right-handed mouse. So for those of you who use your mouse in your left hand, I'm actually left-handed. I just use a mouse in my right hand. Don't ask me why, I'm more ambidextrous. But the thing that makes it the best FPS mouse is these 6 buttons right here. It looks like there's 10, but the 2 on the end and the 2 on the back and the 2 on the front don't actually work. So you can basically, what I use this for is when I play Battlefield 4 a lot, you can program these keys to whatever you want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is about all your gadgets in Battlefield. So you can go primary, secondary, gadget 1, gadget 2, grenade, and knife through these 6 buttons. Now you're probably saying, wait a second, there are other mice out there that do the same thing. They have buttons on the side. Well, the problem is I find those mice are basically geared towards MMOs. There's like 9 buttons on there, but they're not ergonomic at all, and they're not really that precise. And since it's not ergonomic, it's hard to be precise with a mouse that's not ergonomic. So that's why I think it is, and I'll show you how much faster you can switch between gadgets here in a second when you're using this mouse versus just using your keyboard. So as I move on over here to the program that you use from Logitech, you can go to Logitech.com, download this free program, and it'll automatically pick up your mouse because you have your USB plugged in. I recognize the G602. It really works flawlessly. I've seen some problems online about it. People have complained about it, but I really haven't had any problems at all. And I think a lot of times it's a computer driver problem that people don't understand how drivers work, but this is very well optimized in my opinion. So, you see here, what you do is you go to the program, you click on the little mouse in the right corner or whatever, and you can click on the little arrow as I'm doing right here, and you go to keyboard key, and you can select what key you want to use. I personally use a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I mean by that is that's all your BF4, all you need for Battlefield 4, which is what I mainly play. And so when I do that, it allows me to switch between all my gadgets really quickly. So I go 1, 2, 3 on top, 4, 5, 6 on bottom, going from left to right. It helps me a lot, and I think this is one of those mice that you could use for an MMO, such as Minecraft. I don't know if you consider that an MMO, but some of those MMO mouse or mice, whatever you want to call them, they don't really cater. They're not very ergonomic because they have so many hotkey buttons on the side that you can just click right there to switch from different things. But you can't. They're not really designed for very high accuracy, precision movements or mouse controlling. Because in MMOs, it's not really, you don't really have to be that precise, whereas you do in first-person shooters. But it definitely helps. And as you see here, I'm just goofing around on an open server, so you can't really tell what it would be like in a combat situation here, which is understandable. But it definitely helps. It's almost like having a controller again, having the freedom to move around that much, which I think is a problem between when console players switch to PC. That's one of the bigger problems they have. So now that I've shown you a little bit of what this mouse can do and how fast you can switch between weapons and all that stuff, I want to show you a few aesthetic things you can do to change. If you pull up or down on this button, depending on what color scheme you like, you can go green or blue, which is a nice touch because I know a lot of us, we have these preferences, and I personally like blue, but it seems like more people like green than blue. But another thing is that you change these up or down, you can actually see your sensitivity go up and down if you change these buttons. I personally keep it on 2 for most games, and this is very useful because it allows me to put every single game on the same sensitivity. But if any, game's sensitivity is different as you go along. So if I can adjust it in the middle of the game. Maybe if I'm on foot and I like to have a little bit of a higher sensitivity when I'm on a tank. So say this is on foot and I'm in a tank and I want a higher sensitivity, I can go like that. And it's very useful. And just the all-around customization of this thing is really what makes it nice. You turn it on and turn it off from right here. And as you notice, you can open this back part up and slide batteries right in. I've only had to change batteries once, and I've had this for a couple months, so that's pretty impressive. So for my final score, I'm giving this mouse a 9.5 out of 10. The pros are, the customization is absolutely amazing. It's really ergonomic, which is good for FPS, and its accuracy for a wireless mouse is really surprising, and its battery life is great. So the only con I can really think of is that the arch on the mouse is a little high, making for fast clicking a little bit difficult. No, I don't know. That's just my personal preference. I think if they could design it so they had the same buttons, but it was a little bit lower, that would probably make it perfect. So if you guys did enjoy the video and you feel like it'd be a good thing for you to subscribe, please do, because I'll have more tech reviews coming out soon and more gaming videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.